I'm always energized by working with young people. That's why I do what I do. As Bruce said, I'm the department head of computer science and information systems at the University of North Georgia. So I'm always out talking with young people, finding out how we can recruit them, how we can get them into technology careers.
So my name is Logan Weichel. I'm studying at Young Harris College as a junior, and I'm studying business and public policy.
I'm Emily Quee, and I'm a sophomore at Johnson County High School, and I'm currently taking web design and doing some other computer courses.
My name is Casey Kaler. I'm currently going to the University of North Georgia College, and wow, that place. The point is I do computer science. I'm a senior, and I'm hoping to graduate next May. Currently, I'm also doing website design and development in the actual workforce every day.
And I am Robert Brown, and I graduated with a degree in computer science from the University of North Georgia.
My name is Jonathan Newell. I attend Linear Technical College right here, actually, the Forsyth campus. I am on the networking specialist program. Hope to graduate in the December of next year.
What interested you in taking a web development class?
Well, even though I'm young, they have us starting to think about our future and what we're going to do. So I thought, computers, that's a good career. There are a lot of places that need people to do this kind of things. And I'm not so good at art, but I like the idea that a computer can help me do things like that without having to draw them.
Back when the History Channel actually started history, there's a bunch of neat programs just kind of talking about technology and some of the history of technology, and that got me really interested. And through my continued studies, I've taken plenty of computer classes. And at the end of the day, it's just such a neat field, and it's ever expanding and really an essential field now.
First, I got into computer science and just computers in general just because I liked messing with things and breaking things, and that's the best place to do it. You can break anything you want and fix it right back. But in reality, I came to discover very quickly, once I actually got into the field, very much after I got into website designing and building and things along those lines, that I learned something new every single day. Not a single day do I go on to my job and not learn something.
Well, for me, it started at an early age in after-school programs where we would actually have nap time. And I would not want to do this or participate, and so I was able to convince the staff that I wanted a career in technology, and we had a row of computers, and so while everybody else was having quiet time, I was able to program on computers and take little math games and tests, and I stayed true to my word, and to this day I'm involved in technology, and I really enjoy that.
Well, I first became interested in an early age. My father introduced me, actually. He first bought an old IBM PC. It just had DOS. This was before the days of Windows. And I was just intrigued by this strange device. I wanted to know what it did, how it worked, and over the years, as technology has grown and changed, so I was interested in computers.
Are there some things that we could do in education, or are there some things your schools are already doing that that would give you the kind of skills that you picture needing when you graduate?
Something I've been saying since, honestly, grade school is that we need a project-based learning, especially people who are in technology fields. Project-based learning is the easiest and fastest way to learn how to develop the skills that are needed within both the project and everyday course. Something that we could do, in school or anywhere else, is reach out to the companies outside. Reach out to people like everybody in this room. We can ask you, what do you need done in your company? What is something that you're willing to pass to a high school student, to a college student, and say, can you guys get this done? We don't care about the time. We don't care if it's done perfectly. It's not a security asset. Let's get you to work on that.
The only thing I could see improving is, obviously more courses. Like right now I'm taking the CCNA course and CCNP, which are entry-level to mid-level, Cisco courses. The one thing I could see that would be, more use would be the introduction of the CCIE course, which is, the higher level of the Cisco courses. And maybe some, cloud computing courses too would be nice.
Online courses are something that I think desperately needs to be added more so, is because we have a lot of commuter students at Young Harris, and I'm sure our college is not alone in this, but it struggles. There is a struggle for them to drive such a long distance. And coupled with that is another thing that I think is desperately more needed, and it was also mentioned by the last panel, but that's real-world applications. And even Casey mentioned it quite a bit, but I think that there's a disconnect between what we learn and when we are going out to seek a job, what we can offer them.
What is your dream job? What do you picture doing as your ideal job when you graduate? And I'll ask a harder follow-up. Do you think that you could do that in North Georgia right now? Or do you think you will be able to do it within a couple of years?
The internet is everybody's gateway. It's everybody's gateway to open your door and open up to yourself to thousands upon thousands of people. And if you haven't realized that yet, please do, because, you know, that's the goal of the internet, you know, to connect myself with thousands of people across the seas and everything along those lines.
I'm actually in my dream job. It's working with technology and doing web development. And a little bit of backstory on that is we actually started in Dahlonega and we were a 3-employee team. And through the emerging technologies of GoToMeeting and voice over IP and communication softwares like Skype, we've really been able to grow into our own 28-man team right now and working with international companies.
I don't know about a dream job, but maybe a job, and I don't know, something with math and computers, but like in my web design class, I don't like so much the designing part, but more the coding behind the scenes kind of stuff.
But how many of you have taken an online course as part of your education, 4-credit online course? Okay, so 3 out of 5, that's a pretty good start. Pretty good experience overall?
No offense to the college. The D2L, I don't, and anybody who created D2L, if you're here, I am so sorry. I hate it. I think it was poorly done in my execution. I don't think it's the best, and I apologize if you're here. But yeah, that's the only aspect about it.
It's talking about an online course platform, and as a web programmer, I can see some of that. So you can improve it. How has social media, the internet, changed your lives?
Well, for one, like right now, I'm going to miss my math class, but I don't have to be there because when I go home, I can go on the internet and watch a video that my teacher made for teaching the class.
I use oftentimes Facebook, LinkedIn, not to really talk to people, but more so get an idea of who they are, get an idea of what they're looking for, and so I can learn to talk to them better. Something that I've learned, and you know, I try to apply in everyday life is, if I can figure out who I'm talking to, then I can figure out how to sell myself to that person.
I think our generation, being used to instant communication and being used to be able to research anything, has really benefited us. Because now, in college, for instance, I can be in class, hear a subject that the professor isn't speaking about, and be able to instantly look up the definition, terms, examples, and I can follow along a lot better if I am lost.
What technologies are you excited about right now, or what do you see growing over these next couple of years?
I'm really interested in the technologies in the medical field that are helping people like with Alzheimer's, some like memory implants that are helping with like replicating what brain cells can do. It's really cool.
I feel that cloud computing right now is really the way to go, or where things are really heading to.
I'm really excited and passionate about all of the new business-to-consumer technologies that are out there, as well as like online digital currencies that are becoming to emerge. I see a lot of online businesses starting to accept digital currencies, but as well as we heard earlier, Amazon doing drone deployment or 3D printers that could possibly be in the homes, that when you order a product could actually be delivered right there within your home. So I'm really excited to see what comes out of these business-to-consumer products and technology.
You know, business consumer products. Google's has cars that, of course, have a driverless, and they're also working with technology that can perhaps deliver packages similar to Amazon with drone technology, except with the vehicle. So I think ways that you can interact with your customers is going to be instrumental in the coming years.
The future that I'm most interested about is the kids after me, specifically my children. Because I had mentioned earlier that something that hit me hard in the last panel was the kids learning with projects and things. I want to see more of that. I want to be able to go to anywhere in the nation and say, this college or this high school or this elementary school, whatever, is connecting through the community, through the nation, through the world, and that's what excites me.
I'm in the Computing in the Modern World pathway, which goes, that's a course, and then it goes into fundamentals of web design and then advanced web design. But there are a few other computer courses that are more like business oriented and some engineering courses that are available.
There was a poll earlier that said, how do we think that online courses can interact with the world? And I think that it's the best, hands down, one of the best thing we can add to our schooling by providing online degrees.
Yeah, I completely side with Casey on this. I think online courses are the way to go. If for no other reason than it is a lot easier for more people to become educated, especially with time constraints like how Casey has, or commuters, as we have at Young Harris.